War, history, treasure, and something you can find today worth thousands of dollars. Hello everybody, Silverpicker here, and today I'm going to share with you a story that if you are a coin collector, a precious metals investor, a history buff, or anybody that just wants to learn something absolutely fascinating, well, then hold on tight because we are going 80 years back to the future. Well, actually, 80 years back to the past. Let's go. Okay, hold your horses, Doc Brown. Before we travel back to the past, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an amazing online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes on all things creative for curious and creative people like me and you. As you know, I've been on a mission to improve the quality of my videos, and thanks to Skillshare, I've already come quite a long way. Skillshare has videos on all sorts of topics, including cinematography, video editing, storyboarding, lighting, and everything in between. I've already taken about a dozen classes on Skillshare, and right now I'm taking Dan Liu's class from intermediate to advanced filmmaking, 7 things you need to know. It's really awesome because now I'm starting to understand the key to fill ratio, meaning the ratio of light coming from this direction and the ratio of light coming from this direction so that they work on each other perfectly, eliminate shadows where there shouldn't be any, and add shadows to make a dramatic effect. What's awesome about Skillshare is that since it was created specifically for learning, there are no ads whatsoever, and they're constantly adding new premium classes. Plus, if you sign up with my link for an annual subscription, it's less than $10 a month. Most of the classes on Skillshare are self-paced, which means you can take them at your leisure.
I personally like to take them at 2x speed, which is awesome that you can do that because you can learn twice as fast.
But if you're more into a more traditional style of learning, they are also introducing live classes which allow you to interact with the best teachers and other members all in real time. Want to try it out but you're still a little bit unsure? Well, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click on the link in the description box will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity on Skillshare with absolutely no risk. And if you really needed another excuse to click the subscribe button, well, this is as good as any. Okay, now back to our story. Let's go back to December 7th, 1941. Who remembers what happened then? Well, it was a day that changed the course of history forever. It's when the Japanese bombed the US naval base at Pearl Harbor in Honolulu, Hawaii, which precipitated the United States entering into World War II. Well, we're not going to get too deep into World War II history because you already know about all of the harrowing military campaigns and the absolute horrors of the Holocaust. There are already plenty of amazing historical books, movies, and museums in which you can learn all about World War II. So today, we're just going to focus on one small but fascinating relic of that period, specifically this teeny tiny rubber box. Inside this box was a lifesaver. No, not that lifesaver, not that one either. Well, it's not actually called a lifesaver, but it served as one for US naval pilots and paratroopers during World War II. This little rubber box is actually called an escape and evasion kit, or sometimes called a barter kit. These kits were issued to American naval pilots and paratroopers during World War II in case they were shot down or had to bail out of their planes over enemy territory. Sealed between 2 pieces of rubber, these kits included valuable coins, jewelry, and even watches so these soldiers could sell, barter, and bribe their way back to Allied lines. These kits were so valuable even then that they had unique serial numbers so that they can be assigned to specific soldiers who would then have to return them. These kits were extremely well thought out because they had 2 different types, one for the Atlantic Theater in Europe and one for the Pacific Theater in Asia, each containing valuables that would be most appropriate to barter in those regions. We'll take a look at both, but let's start with the Atlantic kit. The US military designed these kits to include various gold coins, including a full British sovereign, 2 half sovereigns, a 20 franc French coin, and a 10 franc French coin. In addition to the 5 gold coins, there were also 3 9-carat gold rings of varying styles. The wide variety of different types of items, sizes, weights, denominations, countries of origin of these coins allowed these imperiled soldiers to be really flexible with their escape plans. Maybe a local official would look the other way if he got a sovereign or 2, and maybe the farmer's wife would accept one of those beautiful gold rings in exchange for food and a place to sleep. Who knows? Actually, if any of you watching right now knows of a true story of somebody actually using one of these kits to escape, please put it in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And for anyone else, if you're enjoying this video, I would definitely appreciate it if you'd hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, definitely go and click that big ol' red subscribe button. Now, the Pacific kits are definitely rarer, but we do know that they included at least 2 gold rings, a gold pendant, a couple of gold links on a chain, and a Swiss watch. Now, one thing I find kind of interesting is that there's a difference between the 2 kits in the first place. Why does the European kit have mostly coins and the Pacific kit have mostly jewelry? I'm pretty perplexed by that. Do you guys have any thoughts as to why that is? If you do, put your theories in the comments below. Now, for many years, people didn't really even know that these kits existed. A scant few made their way into collectors' hands, but the vast majority were just lost to the sands of time. However, in 1980, a bunch of these kits were found in military supply rooms, and the Department of Defense, seeing that gold was really valuable at that point, decided to sell some to the general public for the first time ever. Inside this pamphlet, you can see all of the details about the contents of the kits and what the minimum prices would be. What's really interesting is that at that time, gold was about $600 to $700 per ounce, which, if you account for inflation, is basically the price of gold today. Now, one really important thing to note is something that the ad does not say, and that is how many kits were actually available. So today, it is still somewhat of a mystery how many of these kits are out in the world and how many are yet to be discovered. One thing I do know is that these kits are exceedingly rare. How rare? Well, let's put it into perspective. If you search on eBay for an 1889 Carson City Morgan dollar, which is the undisputed key date of the series, you will literally find hundreds available on eBay. But if you search for these escape and evasion kits, you will find exactly 0. And on top of that, if you search on Heritage Auctions, there have literally been just 5 sold since 1994. There are actually a few available on various websites for between $3,000 and $5,000, and honestly, I think that on the lower end of that, these would make very solid investments. In fact, I'm currently working on a deal where I might be able to get one for $2,500, and if I can, I am a buyer. How cool was that? I definitely want to make more videos about coins and precious metals with fascinating histories. If you guys know of any, feel free to make suggestions on what I should cover next. In any case, I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silver Picker out. A huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. If you are interested in becoming a patron and joining the most active and fun coin and precious metals community on the internet, the links are below. Can't wait to see you in the Discord.